It is Tuesday, December 21st in the NBA, and I'm back with my 4 best picks of the day. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. We got 3 player props and 1 spread pick coming your way. Now, before we do a recap from yesterday like we always do, let's talk about the $16,000 parlay, which we always do every subscriber milestone. And man, did we get close. We were close yesterday. I flashed it on the screen. Now, you see the legs. Now, Josh Giddey and Donovan Mitchell didn't hit theirs, but talk about Draymond Green, triple-double and a win. Draymond hasn't had a triple-double all year, and of course, we called that one plus 1,100 value. Deontay Murray had a triple-double as well, plus 500. And if you combine both of those two picks together, which some people did, a $15 ticket like this one would have cashed over $1,100. Insane. So we were close to the 16K one. Maybe we'll get it at 17K, or maybe we'll do something different at 17,000 subscribers. Hopefully, maybe you took one of them and you made some money off of it. But let's recap yesterday's regular straight single wagers. 2-2 day, just losing juice on the day. Now, Josh Giddey did everything but rebound the ball. He had 5 rebounds basically at halftime. Didn't get another 2 for us, so nothing you could do there. He had like 19 points, 11 assists. Oh well, the Jazz cover the first half spread pretty easily. Draymond Green obviously hits his over in 25.5 PRAs because he hit the triple-double. Reggie Jackson laid a complete egg, but so did the whole Clippers roster, and that was due to the return of Paul George, which we were hoping Paul George wouldn't return, but of course he comes back. But we push on. If you're new to the channel, consider clicking that subscribe button. We're almost closing in on 17,000 subscribers. We can't do it without your support. We have some big milestones to hit, and we can't do it without you guys. So consider clicking it. It only takes a couple seconds. And also click that like button too. Also, we have some Tuesday night football games in the NFL. We'll have some best bets for that video after this one, so you'll be able to see it. Just tune in maybe an hour or 2 after this video goes live. We'll get into it. Now, let's waste no more time. I'm starting with my best bet of the day. Miles Turner, under 8.5 rebounds, minus 125 on Caesars. I would make this a 1.5 unit play, but I cannot do that given the current nature of the NBA. All it takes is the bonus getting ruled out, and this bet would be really screwed. So we'll take Miles Turner, just 1 unit, under 8.5 rebounds, and we're going to have to go in on this, and let's talk about it. Now, I get it. He's had 2 rebounds twice in the last 5 games, but he's also had 5 or less rebounds in 2 of those 5 games as well. And on the season, you look at Miles Turner, he's averaging 7.4 rebounds per game, and in 30 games this season, he has gone over only 12 times. So 40% of the time he's going over, 60% on the under. And here's my stat for you, and the main reason we are taking this one today, in 19 games against the Miami Heat, he's gone under in all 19. That's not a made-up stat. He's really struggled rebounding against this team. He has not had 9 or more rebounds against this team ever in his career. And I get it. This Miami Heat team is different, but this Miami Heat team's been different for his whole career. It hasn't been the same team he's seen every single time. And you look at this, he just hasn't grabbed rebounds against them. And Sabonis is the main rebounder, and that should show. Over his past 5 matchups versus the Heat, he's had 4, 4, 6, 6, and 5 rebounds. He really has struggled rebounding the ball, and this guy's not known for being a big rebounder. Sabonis, like I said, the main rebounder for this Pacers team, and that should show again today, as Domantas Sabonis should pile up the rebounds. Plus, Malcolm Brogdon loves to grab rebounds for himself, so I'll take that. Now, sharper books also have this under at minus 163, so I can go to bed at night knowing Miles Turner, I'm taking his under with rebounds, and that is why it is my best bet of the day. Now, if you hear some rain and background noise, that's because it's raining, so we apologize. We're going to keep going. Now, we look at it, our next pick of the day, my first spread pick, and probably only spread pick, the Suns, minus 6.5, minus 110 versus the Lakers. And look, I'm normally rooting for the Lakers. I want to see LeBron James succeed. As you know, he's year 19, almost turning 37 in a couple days. But I got to call a spade, and this Lakers team is not very good. You look at both these 2 teams, one team pretty healthy, one team missing 8 players. I'll let you take a guess of which team's missing 8 players. Yes, that would be the Lakers. Now, LeBron James probable to play today, and he will probably play unless something goes wrong. And you look at it, the Suns team is just much deeper and just has way too much depth. They just got Devin Booker back too, and they blew out the Hornets. And not that the Hornets is necessarily a great team to blow out, but still, the Suns team is really feeling their groove. This is a Suns team that I feel like is also a little bit disrespected. Despite being so good, going to the NBA Finals, this team never gets a lot of primetime games, and what do you know? They're on the bright lights on Staples Center on TNT tonight. And look, these 2 teams matched up earlier this season. They were on the same exact floor, Staples Center, which actually is going to be the Crypto.com center or arena in a couple days. But that was the second game of the season. Suns won by 10 points. In that game, the Lakers made it look a lot closer than it was, as they were down by 32 points at one time. So the main difference maker, in my opinion, when these 2 teams match up, he's Anthony Davis, but sadly, He will not be out there. He's injured for he'll probably be out for the next 4 or 6 weeks probably. And the Lakers, they're feeling the repercussions of that injury, and they will feel that tonight as they're going to have to rely on maybe DeAndre Jordan, whose best defense of the year was trying to stop an angry Isaiah Stewart. And truthfully, I wish I was joking, but this guy has not been good all season, and all it takes is a LeBron off night, and this is a blowout. Now, the Lakers just do not have enough scoring to keep up with them. They're going to need LeBron James to score 30 to 35 points a night to keep up with this team. Lakers, 12-19 against the spread, the worst in the NBA this season. The Suns have lost just 2 games since October 30th, and with Devin Booker in the lineup, they've actually won 18 in a row and covered the 6.5-point line in 12 of those 18 games. I think the Lakers are a little bit overmatched here. The Suns have way too much depth for the Lakers roster, and I'll ride with them. Now let's move on into my last 2 final plays. We got 2 more unders. Malik Beasley, under 4.5 rebounds, plus 110 on Caesars. I don't know why this is plus value, but I'll take it. Now, Malik Beasley is starting for Anthony Edwards on the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves will be without one of their main rebounders today, Jared Vanderbilt, and no Patrick Beverley. They got a lot of people on the health and safety protocols list, but truthfully, I don't think it makes a big difference here because you look at Beasley, he's pretty decent defender. That's what the Timberwolves regard him as. And that means he's likely going to be put on Tim Hardaway Jr. today. Now, while Tim Hardaway Jr. loves shooting the ball, so that's not going to be too great for Beasley to get rebounds, but also he's always sitting out on the perimeter. He's never a guy that's in the paint at all. So you're going to see Beasley all the way out on the perimeter, and truthfully, I don't think he sees a lot of opportunities for rebounds today. He really has struggled to rebound the ball this season, and Beasley, he didn't have a ton of opportunities. Now, if only we had an example of when these 2 teams played, but we do. They just played 2 days ago, and they played, I believe, on Sunday. And Beasley had just 1 rebound on 2 rebound chances over 30 minutes of playing time. With no Vanderbilt or Beasley today, he might see a slight increase, or no Vanderbilt and Beverley today. He might see a slight increase in terms of rebound chances, but I just don't see it happening. I think Karl-Anthony Towns and the other guys will be a little bit more aggressive on the boards. I'll take Beasley's under at plus 110. Now, if this line changes, it starts to become a little bit more juice. And towards the under, I probably wouldn't take it, but Sharper Books got this under at like minus 124, and we're getting that plus value. I'll take it given the current situation of Beasley. He really has not been rebounding the ball all that well this season. And my last stat for him is that Malik Beasley has played 30-plus minutes in 10 games, not just this season, but date back to last season. The last 10 games that he's played over 30 minutes, he's only hit this over once, and that was against Orlando Magic earlier this season. Just don't see him getting a ton of rebounds tonight, so I'll ride with Malik Beasley's under 4.5 rebounds, plus 110. I'll take it and ride with it to the bank. Now, the next, my final player prop of the day, it's going to be a New York Knick, and I'm taking Alec Burks, and I'm taking his under 26.5 PRAs, minus 110. I know it's a bunch of unders today, and truthfully, I just think that's where the best value is at today, because today's slate is not all that great, so don't force a lot of bets today, but I'll ride with Burks under, and here's why. Now, Burks, he has assumed the starting point guard role for this New York Knicks team over the past couple weeks. And some games he looks really good, some games he looks not great. And that's just the nature of being a New York Knick. And he should play big minutes today, but there's also a couple easy ways that he can go under. And the first one is the Knicks have several people on health and safety protocols list. Those guys include Emmanuel Quickley, Obi Toppin, R.J. Barrett, Kevin Knox, and Quentin Grimes. And they also have Derrick Rose, who's been out the past couple of games due to an injury. But he could be back today against the Detroit Pistons. And, that's one way that he could go easily under. Any of these guys could return, and boom, there's less minutes for Alec Burks. And that would be really nice if R.J. Barrett can return, because he's probably the main guy that will take minutes away from Alec Burks. But regardless, even if those guys don't take minutes away, and they're all still out today, which is perfectly feasible because you really never know when these guys are coming off the list. You look at Alec Burks, he's still going to play a lot of minutes, but he's going to be playing with Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier, and Julius Randle. 3 guys that love to fire up their own shot, and that is shown. As Evan Fournier is shooting 20 times a night, Kemba Walker saying, well, I'm trying to go get a new team because they're trying to trade me, so I might as well shoot a lot. So over his last 8 games for Alec Burks, he's averaged 12.9 points per game, 4.4 rebounds per game, and 2.8 assists per game for 20.1 PRAs. And that's been on 10.4 field goal attempts. Now today he could go out there and shoot 16 times, and that might happen, but even over those last 8 games, he's gone under in 6 of them. One of the games he went over at 27 PRAs on the dot. The Knicks are like 9.5-point favorites, so you never really know if the blowout could be in potential for this game. Maybe they play some of the other guys on the bench, which is not very deep. So Alec Burks, we should see a lot of playing times today, but I just don't see him going over today against this Detroit Pistons team. Now, last note, sharper books also have this under at minus 153, so that's a little bit icing on top. I'll take Alec Burks under 26.5 PRAs and live with the results. If he wants to go out there and score 20 points, so be it, but I'll take it. I'll ride with the numbers in this one. Now, that'll ride with it. Those are my 4 plays of the day. We'll recap them. We got Alec Burks under 26.5 PRAs. We got Miles Turner, my best bet of the day, under 8.5 rebounds. Malik Beasley under 4.5 rebounds, and Suns minus 6.5. Just 4 plays of the day. Do not force anything. Now, Tuesday Night Football best bets are coming up live on the channel in a little bit, so be sure to check that out. I'll link it on the screen once it is live, so go check out that one. We're 8-2 on the NFL so far this season, so far this week, so make sure you go check it out. I think we got some good plays to go today, but that is it. Don't force any bets today. I promise it's not a great slate. That's why I only have 4 today, and that was tough to find these 4, but all are pretty much sharper bets. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Subscribe if you guys enjoyed, and this has been Austin. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.